Welcome back, guys, to the FullofBS podcast with myself and Noah,
What's going on, guys?
where we are two guys who act like we know everything, but actually don't know nothing.
But actually, we know everything.
So we have a lot to talk about today. This is actually episode number 7, I believe.
Yeah, I know. We've been going strong pretty recently.
What's it called? There's a few things we can talk about when it comes to current events, sports, our work lifestyle. We have a lot to go through. So you know what? Let's just get right into it. Moose, roll the fucking intro.
We are very opinionated people.
You mean we're assholes?
So I think the reason that we've been like sticking to this is because it's so easy to do. In a sense where it's like you set up the camera, you already had the mics and everything.
Yeah, we didn't invest anything.
It's more or less like, you know, we turn the camera on and we just talk like a normal conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So it doesn't feel like work. And for people who say, all those influencers, oh my God, I'm working so hard and all this stuff. Bro, from what I see, it's a very fucking easy job.
Well, let's be fair here, right? We don't do this 7 days a week, right? And even just the one show I don't know if you call it a show, but the one show we do have like not arguments, but we have a lot of creative ideas that we talk about and how to make it better. What's it called? Like when it comes to like getting a new studio, we're talking about that. When it comes to how everything goes with flow, what topics we want to talk about,
it is kind of like a side hustle, but
it's definitely fun.
If it was a full-time job, I don't think it would be that difficult to do.
No, I don't think it is as well. But once again, like. Because like one of our creative differences is like we want to do I want to do twice a week at some point, and I think you want to stick it to just once a week. So there's like things like that where like if you're an influencer and you have like you're doing a different show every day on top of your own stuff and whatever, everything is creative differences, right? It's never just I'm okay with this, let's do it. You know what I mean? Sometimes it is, but
I don't know.
Also,
I guess it's more like we'll see. I guess if it gets harder.
Also, our generation, everything is it's so hard.
Nah, see, I'm not like that. I'm not like that at all.
Our generation is though. Dude, I'm sorry. I believe the adults when they say that your generation is a bunch of pansies.
We are. That's the thing. Like, okay, I want to say this, bro. I was scrolling on Instagram the other day.
Okay.
How is it like every single post, every single story? These people are just on vacation. It's like, first of all, where are you getting the money for that?
Yep.
First of all. Second of all, don't you have somewhere to be? Like, that doesn't someone's looking for you. You got to do something. You got to meet someone. Like, how are you just always on vacation? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Dude, let me tell you what. When I was in high school, basically, there was this girl who she was in school 50% of the time.
Yeah.
Because the other 50% of the time, English. Because the other 50% of the time, I have like a weird stutter sometimes. Her mom and her would just go on vacation everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, if your mom's paying for it, it's a different story.
I mean, there was no dad involved, so I'm assuming the dad paid for it, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in a sense where it's like they're just going with their friends.
No. I'm talking about a girl in high school who didn't go to high school.
Because she was going on vacation?
Legitimately, out of the 10 months of school, she was gone for at least 5.
Jeez. How do you even pass?
I don't think she did.
Yeah.
It's just bad parenting at that point.
No, but I agree. Like, you should be in school and high school. But I'm talking about now. Like, you know, you're like 23 years old. You should be working, no?
Oh, in that sense. Okay, well, if you're talking about that.
Or, like, you should have something going on in your life where it's like, I can't just go on vacation all the fucking time.
Yeah, and to that, there's a few points that we can talk about, right? Like, we can talk about people who started making a lot of money at a young age, which is a very small percentage. I
don't think every single person I know has had an amazing job from fucking high school, and as soon as they graduate, they start traveling.
Well, look. So I know a guy who in high school sold a company for $800,000.
Okay, yeah, that's a rare example though.
I know. I said it's rare.
Yeah.
But I know other people who were like that in this day and age. Like I know a guy who works for the oil sands as like a engineer. And he paid off his parents' mortgage, and he graduated a year ago.
Good for him.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like shit like that, right? But then, yeah, there are the people that are just, you know, daddy's rich. They don't have to work until they're 30. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're not going to get a job until their parents die, no offense.
Yeah.
Which
exactly.
Which honestly, they're going to shoot themselves in the foot. But there is, like, okay, people that I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it.
No, and it's like I'm okay if it's like you go on vacation, you know, once or twice a year, especially if you are paying for it. As in our position where we're like we're still young, we don't have that much money. It's like it's not like we could just go on vacation all the time.
Yeah.
And we went on vacation in like November, you know, it's fine. But from what I see or what it looks like, these people are just on vacation fucking 6 months of the year.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, what the hell?
Yeah, people are fucking crazy, right? And you know what's funny? So I'll tell you what, right? So you know my dad, he used to work for the airline Air Canada,
Yeah.
right? Which it's not exactly you don't congratulate him for working for it, but like it's better than any other
Yeah.
Canadian airline, right? So we would go on flights like 4 times a year. Once or twice in the summer, once in December, once for like March break, right?
Yep.
I mean, and now, you know, my dad, he doesn't work 4 months out of the year. That 4 months he's in and out everywhere. One of my mom's friends was like, I'm jealous of you. She's like, how dare you go on so many vacations? It's so selfish of you.
Get the hell out of here, bro.
It's so selfish of you.
Yeah.
And I look at her, I'm like, my mom ain't 22. My dad is retired from Air Canada,
Yeah.
right? Doesn't work 4 months out of the year. My family's making good money. My mom works like as well. Let them enjoy their fucking vacation.
Yeah, I mean, once you kind of run your work life to the point where, you know, you're chilling, you're retired, you know, then go on as many vacations
Go do
as
what
you
you
want.
wanna do. Go live your
do
life.
whatever you want. I'm just talking about the kids that I know for a fact have not worked hard a day in their life and are fucking vacationing 6 months of the year. I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me.
I really do wonder though, like how reality is gonna hit them in the face.
No, and if our boys are watching, the ones that are moving to China, I'm not talking about you specifically because that's a different thing.
That's fully different.
You worked for a year and a half, whatever. You saved
up
enough that you wanted to go travel the world and see what it's like. That's different.
That's we're
Right?
talking about someone who has a job but always takes work off just to go.
Yeah.
And they're not paying for it themselves, or like we know that they don't have the money for
Yeah,
it.
it's not like I'm just traveling to go find myself.
Oh my! What fucking eat, pray, love bullshit.
It's like I found you. You're right
But
here.
to the guys who are traveling in the world, call me a misogynist one more time, you pussy.
Nah, they don't. I don't think they care that much.
Nah,
to be
I'm
honest.
fucking joking, man.
No, I know.
Allow me to joke.
There's just some others that do care a little bit more.
I couldn't give a shit.
But I wanted to talk about this because you know they're not working and whatever.
Yep.
So we can go into what happened this week
Okay,
if you want.
I'm gonna start this.
Yes.
And
I'll say my rebuttal.
If I ramble, just let me know, okay?
Okay.
Because apparently, you know, every week now, it's 90% me talking. You know?
No. It was just like last week,
Is
trying to avoid. What happened is we had our last week's podcast was definitely Jamie was talking the majority of the podcast.
I still don't think it was 90%.
Whatever. I was just like
Whatever.
So I just brought it up that
Yeah.
We're gonna try to avoid doing a one-person dominant kind of thing and keep it more like a flow.
Basically, without doing what Johnny Depp and Amber Heard are doing, where they have exactly the same amount of time to talk, we're actually gonna try to be 50-50 about it. But if someone ever rambles, we just let each other know. Whatever. It's not a big deal. I didn't give a fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got to preface. When we were 17, 18 years old, right? I was working for my dad, right? I know I just said my dad worked for Air Canada. This was like a side business, right? Probably shouldn't say that
Yeah.
out. Probably shouldn't
Yeah,
say
it's
that
fine.
out loud. I don't know. But so my dad, he owns a company, and I was working for him. And literally, just on a random like Tuesday, right? Noah calls me at like 11 a.m. He's like, "Yo, I quit my job at a supermarket, right? Which, to be fair, it was like a really pretentious bullshit supermarket.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck that place." He's like, I need a job. I literally tell him I'm like, stay on the phone for 5 more minutes. I go on mute. I go on my dad. Hey, Noah needs a job. Yeah, no worries. Boom. Noah has a job, right? The next day, literally the next fucking day, our buddy does the exact same thing. Get him a job, okay? Now, your boy is a gangster. I got them both a job in my dad's company, right?
Mm-hmm.
And within it didn't work out well for many reasons. One, we had the guy that they were working under it wasn't the best, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't like working for my dad in a sense.
Yeah, but because we were new, it was like our opinions weren't as valid, which makes sense. I mean,
No
we're
offense.
new and we're saying the guy sucks, so it's like
No, it wasn't even
You
like
know?
it wasn't even about the opinions. I mean, like first of all, it's construction. Go fuck yourself on opinions, right? Right?
Yeah.
You do what you're told. But it was the whole thing of like nobody in that crew was like knew what they were doing, so it just took a lot more time,
Yeah.
right? And it got to the point where literally 3 days was it? Yeah, 3 days into working, both Noah and the other guy told me that they were going to tell my dad that they wanted a raise.
no, it wasn't 3 days in. It was probably a few weeks in.
No. My guy, you didn't work for us for a few weeks.
Oh, so okay.
It was legit like either 3 days or a week, whatever. So I tell him like, yo,
That's so stupid looking back on it, but whatever.
so
Anyways.
it's all good. Who gives a
Yeah.
shit, right? So after literally a few days, they told me that they're gonna tell my dad for a raise. I'm like, and I tell them, you ask my dad for a raise, you're not working the next day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they asked for the raise anyways, and my dad is super nice about it. Doesn't give him a raise, obviously, but he doesn't fire them, right? And like this goes on for a few weeks to the point where I literally tell my dad to switch both Noah and the other guy, put them on the main crew with my dad, and I'll work on the side crew with the other guy. And I agreed. The other guy was not as good as my dad. Like some jobs,
It wasn't even close, bro.
yeah. You gotta be fair though, right? Because my dad also has like so many more years of experience.
Fair.
But this guy was very slow, and he did stupid things, and I'm not disagreeing on that. So there was that, right? And then the last day that Noah was able to work was the day before he went to school for the first ever year. So he was packing, whatever, and I don't know what happened, but his finger hurt. So the day before his last day, he's like, "Yeah, I can't come into work today," right? And my dad's like, my guy, you're done tomorrow anyways. Just take the 2 days off. Make sure your finger's okay. Go ahead. Now, Noah always says that I fired him, which I didn't fire him, right? I should have, but I didn't.
Yeah, it was more like you don't have to come in on the last day.
Yeah, on your last, yeah, whatever, right?
I think it was going into grade 11.
No, it was going to first year. You were going to
No.
school for the first time.
No,
Going into grade,
'cause I worked at camp the year before, or in that summer.
yeah, that was only the first month of summer.
Oh yeah.
It was
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
It wasn't going to grade 12 because that's when we went to Israel.
Yeah.
And the year before that, I don't think I worked for my dad the year before that, to be honest.
I don't remember. It's either going into grade 11 or it's going into first year. It's one.
I think it was first year, especially because I think you were actually leaving to school.
Yeah. I don't know. Whatever. Anyways.
So, I got my boys the job. It was a bad experience. It wasn't the best experience, but no, we didn't. Nothing happened over. You know what I mean? Like nobody lost money or
It was
whatever.
more like we were just like cheesed for like a week and then.
and then we're like, yo, and then we all just came together. We're like, yeah, we know the guy was kind of sucked as a machine operator, but it's fine, whatever. So that's the preface, okay? Noah, go ahead.
So we need, in my job now, we need social media and not social media more. It's more email marketing.
But you put social media there just to get a better
to, like,
base,
entice
right?
people. And my guy here, he applied.
So I asked Noah about if his company needed a job, like needed a marketer, and they said no. This was a few weeks ago, right? So time changes, and I'm scrolling through like the job boards and looking for work. And this specific day, I applied to like 50 different jobs. I did a lot, right? And I literally see his company name on the thing, and I'm like, these rat bastards.
No, it's not that. It's
That's
not
all I thought. I'm like, these guys told me they don't need the job, and then they're applying on LinkedIn. So I apply, right? I do what everyone does. I'm gonna go through I'm gonna try it out. Why not? And I messaged Noah a picture of the job board that he posted a few hours prior, and I said, when you don't hire me, I want you to call me and tell me that I sucked ass. Okay, like a joke.
No. So it's not that I don't want to hire you, because my thing is, if it's a new business and you don't have experience in the field, it doesn't matter because you're gonna learn it anyways, right? So that's one. Number two, I don't think it's a good idea to work with your friends just based on the fact of what happened and the fact that you would be directly under
Jamie,
me.
bleep out the name.
Sorry. that you would be directly under me and basically you'd be my bitch, which I don't think is a good idea in a friendship setting, right?
Keep going, by the way.
And then the last thing is just the way that our company is trying to do things right now. We have a certain goal, and we need somebody with experience to push the goal as fast as possible. I'm not gonna say what the goal is, but I think you know, right?
Yep.
So yeah, there's a multitude of reasons. If it was a new business, we're just starting out, even a year ago, sure, no problem. But it's just like a matter of circumstances kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it. The only the only thing that I was kind of like laughing about was the fact that I got you a job and you wouldn't get me a job. And
I know, and I know that's a thing, but it's just like, again, it's like the circumstance.
All that I know now is that you owe me. That's all I know.
It's okay. Once I start my own business, I'll hire you, no problem.
I don't believe that. I mean, to be fair, whenever you like thought about making a company, I was like the first one that you would tell about, and I would help you like figure out logistics.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was 2 different companies that throughout university like you thought about making, so we went through it.
And also, like, technically, this is kind of our company.
This was my idea.
Yeah, but you know, we're still working together. So.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's not that I don't think we could work well together. It's just yeah. But I wanted to talk about something else.
Go right ahead.
And that is waking up early.
What do you mean?
So I wake up on weekdays. I don't go to the office every day, but the days that I do, 5:30 in the morning.
Okay.
Now, people think I'm crazy for that because I get to work around, like, I would say 7:20.
Okay.
It would be earlier, but we stop and we get Tim's or whatever.
You get your mind ready beforehand.
Yeah. So people think I'm crazy because technically I could wake up at, like, I don't know, 6:30, roll out of bed, and just leave, right?
Okay.
But, you know, I like to get up, make a nice breakfast. And I was the same way in school, even when I had, like, 8:30s.
Mm-hmm.
I would get up at, like, 7:30, make a nice breakfast, have a coffee, maybe even take a shower, you know?
Early morning showers, nah.
Are you that kind of person? Not morning shower specifically, but you have, like, a routine that you want to go through? Or you just roll out of bed, take food as fast as you can, and just run out the door?
Before, I was the latter. I was, like, literally, if I had a shift at 6 p.m., I would literally sometimes wake up at 3 p.m. because I couldn't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I know that sounds really bad, but don't forget, like, I play a lot of video games, and I was on demon hours, right? Like, I would literally come back from work at 2 a.m., shower, and play video games.
That's insane.
Like, I'm not condoning it. It's ridiculous. But, like, I would legitimately wake up some days so late that if I had a late night shift, I'd still wake up before that, right? But once again, working for my dad, it gave me perspective, right? We leave at I believe it was 7 a.m. to go to work. We get to the job site, like the yard, at 7:25ish, right? Everyone's there at 7:30. We leave for 8 o'clock, right? Which is not super early. Don't get me wrong, but we wake up at 6:30, right? And at the beginning, I was really bad at it, where it was like I woke up and like I was a zombie until we got to the yard. But then I would feel like shit because, like you know me, like I have stomach problems. Like if I'm not eating,
That's
like
fine.
yeah, if I'm not eating like on a consistent basis, then my stomach's gonna be fucked up for a few hours, right? And just a bunch of things like that where my head's not in the right place, or like if I don't have my early at the time when I was fucking vaping, when I didn't have my early morning smoke, I was like my head was fucked up, you know what I mean? So I really started to gain an idea of like morning routines, and I'm trying to think. Sorry. So now like if I wake up for something, I make sure that at this time of the day I have my breakfast, right? My breakfast is late because I do intermittent fasting, but at noon, no matter what, I eat my breakfast, right? So even when I get a job, noon is usually lunchtime, right? Or whatever. I'll shift my schedule a little bit, but I make sure that I have my morning coffee. I make sure that I fucking my brain is like literally up to function. I'll have a coffee or two before I even drive. You know what I mean? Because if I wake up early, I know what I have to do, and I don't take showers or anything like that. But you know, I gotta brush my teeth.
It's all good.
Make myself look good, whatever the fuck, right? But it's not like before where I would literally wake up, take a shit and go without wiping. You know what I mean?
So
Okay, that was disgusting. I'm sorry, that was disgusting. But pause.
This is kind of where I was leaning towards, where it's like, even though I wake up early and earlier than I could,
Yeah.
and I have a nice breakfast, even when I get to work, I'm still tired. And I don't think people are. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think the majority of people, when they step foot into the office, they're not just at 100%.
No.
You know, they sit down and just immediately start grinding for 8 hours. There's no shot, right?
No, you got to get in the zone.
Yeah. So by getting there earlier, let's say it's 7:30. Okay.
Like your shift starts at 8 o'clock, but you
Yeah.
get there
Let's
at 7:30?
say no. Well, I don't really have like set hours.
No,
But
I'm saying give an example.
okay. So let's say your shift starts at. Yeah, I don't know. This circumstance for me, it's not really.
I'm asking. Yeah. Just,
Can't really apply to other people. But let's say I want to start working at 8.
okay.
Right? We'll get there 7:30, maybe 7:20, whatever within that time, right?
Okay.
I sit down. I have my coffee. You know, I'm kind of like just scrolling the web. I'm not really working hard because I don't think anybody, like I said, I don't think anybody can just walk in and go 100%.
Of course.
So it takes me around 30, 40 minutes before I'm at that 100%, I'm in the zone kind of thing. But that's 8 o'clock. That half an hour, 40 minutes is 8 o'clock. And that's when people start coming in.
Yeah.
So the pro of waking up early is not that like you're up and you're ready to go, but by the time that you are ready to go is the time that people are getting to work or just waking up.
Yeah.
Right? So you're still human, but it feels nice when people are walking in and I'm already grinding, you know?
You ever like see like those people like let's say on YouTube, right? They do a day in the life.
Yeah.
But it's almost like a competition of who can wake up the earliest.
No, it's not that.
I know, but I'm saying like, do you ever like see that where it's like,
Yeah.
like
I
Mark
know what you mean, though.
Mark Wahlberg wakes up at 2:30 in the morning
It's insane.
to hit an early morning workout after prayer session or
But
whatever.
he also goes to bed at like 7.
I know,
Shit.
but it seems like that where people are trying to have this competition of who can wake up the earliest. But waking up early doesn't mean that you're more functional. It means that at a certain point in time, you've been up for a certain amount of hours and your brain's fully functioned.
Exactly.
Because you don't wake up and you're at 100%. Like
Exactly.
if you say that's the case for you, you're fucking lying to me, right?
Yeah, I don't think anybody's like that.
Yeah. Like once again, like if you wake up at 8 a.m., you're not necessarily good until 10.
Yeah, maybe it depends for each person. Maybe some people could go at 8:30, they're ready. Some at 9:30, some at 9.
I know, but it's
you know?
never at 8 o'clock when you wake
It's
up.
not like you open your eyes and you're just bang, you're on.
No, you got to force yourself to get out of bed usually,
Yeah.
right? So that is the case. I agree on that, right? I don't have a rebuttal. I know it sounds like I do, but I don't. I just agree fully. Like I don't know if you remember, people are like, I wake up early in the morning to take a shower.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, nah.
Like, I don't care.
But so yeah, that's a pro. Also another the pro is that you're grinding by the time people are kind of getting in. The earlier you wake up.
Yeah.
Same takes you the same amount of time to get ready as you're just an hour back or you're an hour forward.
Yeah.
Another pro, no traffic. That's just undisputable right there.
Oh,
When
100%.
you fucking get out, you're driving down Bathurst or whatever, and it's just empty, right?
Yeah. you just because you go northeast, right?
Well, we take 407, but I know like in that time at like 9 to get from Bathurst to the 407,
double.
oh my
It's
God.
double the time, right?
No, more.
Yeah. Okay.
It's empty. It's literally empty. You're
you
just
know
driving.
what I mean? Yeah. You know. No,
right?
you know what I mean. No, driving on rush hour is the biggest pain in the ass in the world.
Now, the biggest con is when you wake up super early, I'm done by like 3. Because that's technically like if I worked till 4, like I don't take lunch, so I kind of take breaks here and there. But at 3, if I took a lunch, it would be 4. So I basically worked a full hour day. It's 3 o'clock. Everybody's still kind of working, and I'm just like, I can't work anymore.
Okay, well, in that sense, right? No matter what, you need to have your actual lunch break. That's like a proper half an hour, because your mind isn't conditioned to work flat out 8 hours straight.
Right.
People will say that they can just go and go. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're full of shit. You know what I mean?
Some people can, but
No,
I think the majority.
That's where you
can.
get burnout. That's where you get like actual like mental burnout. Where sorry, I can't interrupt you there, but
No, it's all good.
But like I said, because I read about it in literally my last class at Toronto Metropolitan University, right? Where no matter what, like burnout's gonna happen if you don't give yourself the proper rest. And what that means is every day, let's say an hour, right? Every week, a day. Every month, a week, or you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That kind of
yeah.
thing. Where, if you're not eating even your lunch, your brain isn't getting the nutrition to be able to focus.
No, I still eat lunch. I just like at 12, let's say.
Okay.
I just I don't take a lunch break. Like I'll just kind of warm up my food and eat at my desk and like for like 10 minutes and then keep going.
No, you should legitimately take whatever your allotted time is. I'm assuming it's half an hour, right?
An hour, but anyways.
Yeah, you should take advantage of that. That way your mind is fully focused when you come back to work.
I do though, like at like 4, 5. I'll take like an hour.
No,
break.
that's the end of your work day. That's just you finishing work early.
See, but the good thing is once it's like it hits 3, right? Let's say between like the hours of like 3 to 5:30, another pro of waking up. I've already worked 8 hours. I just sit there and I just creative space. Basically, I have 2.5 hours a day that other people don't have, where I'm just like, how can we be different? How can we be unique?
I mean, you coming in half an hour early doesn't add up to 2.5 hours of extra time.
Well, I also don't work 8 hours a day. I work 11. Anyways, work hard, wake up early, do your thing.
No, I'm saying like
That's it.
no, but if you get there half an hour before everyone else,
Yeah.
you don't just magically get 2 extra hours.
Yeah, but they also all leave at 4 and I leave at 6.
Why? Because you're driving with your dad or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay, well, in that case, yeah, you're just chilling. You're figuring out new things. I'll tell you what, and then we'll change the subject, right? So when I was serving,
Mm-hmm.
like serving, it's in waves, right? You don't get a break when it's busy, right?
Mhm.
It's fair, whatever. And you don't get lunch break. You don't get it's not busy. I'll take some time, whatever.
Right.
Like when I'm serving, I don't eat normal times,
Mhm.
right? I don't eat at the same time as everyone else because I'm serving everyone, right? So the best way to explain it, right? UFC, I'm at a sports bar, right? And it's once again UFC night, big fights. People are there until 12:30, 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock hits, and everyone leaves. I've already put into place different protocols where instead of me taking 15 extra minutes to do one thing, I did it beforehand. That way, that 15 minutes, I go outside, clear my head, right? I don't have much work to do left. I have to clean up and do billouts, but taking that 15 minutes off lets me like regain focus, like remember what just happened or whatever, and like regain consciousness really, because you're kind of like a zombie when you're a server. You just kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I come back in after 15 minutes. Once again, I was vaping back then, so I had something to say that I can go for a smoke, right? I come back in, I'm fresh, right? What would have taken me an hour takes me 45 minutes, right? And I'm home at a relatively late time, but relatively good time comparative to everyone else. Like the latest I've been at work was 5 a.m.
That's crazy though.
It was Super Bowl Sunday. It was fucked.
Mm-hmm.
I was there from literally like noon to 5 a.m. to the point where like I was cleaning and my manager's like, Jamie, when'd you get here? And I'm like, noon. It's like, dude, you're gonna get me in trouble. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, but what's it called? For the first half of the day, it wasn't busy because no one's here until, let's say the game's at 7. Nobody was here until 4, pre-gaming, whatever. And those first 4 hours, I took a lot of time to eat, rest, whatever. And before the game started, I took another rest when my tables were all good. And I took smoke breaks at halftime, right? So I took the necessary times to be okay, where I was like, I was here for 16 hours, and it flew by.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what I mean. If you take your allotted rest, then I think no matter what, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Obviously, don't work 16-hour days every day, but you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, rest is pretty important, just like in general, everywhere,
Yeah.
you know. But at the same time, if you want to be more successful, you gotta sacrifice a little bit.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
what is your definition of success, right? Because I think mine is different than almost anyone else's.
It's a loaded question, but success for me, I would say, in terms of what, just in general.
When you die, right? When your day comes,
How would I know that I'm happy?
you have no regrets. Like you know what you did was good.
2 things. I think from a family point of view, having a good close family, you know, a good relationship with my future wife and kids.
Okay, that's obvious.
Stuff like that. And then from the business point of view,
That's what I want to hear.
just like I don't have to worry about money. That's my definition of success.
Here, I'll tell you what, right? Because I asked friends this all the time, like even in high school and whatever. And I asked them, I'm like, would you rather make $60,000 a year doing something you love, you're happy, you have a family, whatever, or would you rather make 80K, right, but hate your job? Most of them said 80K, and I'm like, the percentage is pretty big, 60 to 80K, right?
It's very big.
I believe it's 33% of an increase, and I get that. I look at them like, but if you don't like your job, like if you hate your job, then when you go home, you're gonna hate your fucking life no matter what.
First of all, I think it's 25.
No. It's 25% less, 33% more.
What?
33% of 60K is 20K. Add that.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Okay, I got it.
But 60 is
Yeah,
only 75%
yeah.
of. Okay. So, my guy.
Yeah.
Jewish.
Yeah, okay.
But so I asked him, I'm like if I was making 60K a year doing music, which is something I love, it would still be a job, right? But it wouldn't feel like I'm just fucking working all day and night. And when I go home or whatever, when I finish my work and I see my family, I'd be fresh and good to go. And like, I'd be cool with them.
I don't know. I think that's where we differ in a sense where I'm sure if you were a drummer, for a band.
No. I don't mean that. I mean like assuming it's like the same kind of 9 to 5. I know I said drumming or whatever, but like I know what you mean.
Let's say you were in a band and you did the 9 to 5. You guys were playing, whatever, having fun, right? And that's your full-time job.
Okay.
I know that's more fun, and you would prefer that over something that pays, $80K, but you hate it.
Yeah.
Right. But you can't really look at it like that. It's more like, okay, let's say you had a marketing job that was because I'm stuck here. I'm stuck where it's like there's always going to be jobs that you like more than a different job.
Yeah.
Right? But you can't expect that you're going to get the job that you love the most.
It's not about that. It's the whole thing of like I know it's really scenario like, but my whole thing is like if I'm making a certain amount of money and I don't like my job, then I won't be happy in life. Now, if I get paid a shit ton of money for the job I don't like, I'll suck it up because at the end of the day, it'll benefit me in the future. It'll benefit my kids, my wife, whatever, right? Like I'm like the same scenario. If I'm making 120K doing something I don't like versus 60K something I like, I'm taking the 120.
Yeah.
Right? No offense. I gotta think about my kids. I gotta think about my family, my parents, my brother. Like if I can help them out, whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying if it's a small increase but you don't like your job, not an actual monetary value, let's say, but just in hindsight, I don't think I wouldn't be happy. I wouldn't be like the day I die. I'd be like I could have done this. I could have done that. I could have made a little bit less money, but been a lot more happy.
Yeah, you just kind of have to go for what you want to do in the first place.
Of course.
Kind of thing. I don't think like you would even get an offer at a job you don't like because you're not applying there, Or it's like they're not just gonna come and say, "Oh, here's double your salary. Come work for us." I don't think that happens.
I know, but it's also not like the like I'm not actually trying to give like a money value like we'll pay you double to do something you don't like. That's not what I mean. But like we all see the servers who hate their fucking lives. We know people in marketing who don't actually like doing it anymore and they just do it because that's their job and that's what they went to school for. Same thing with lawyers, doctors, whatever. People don't like their jobs. A lot, like some of the time, not all the time.
A lot of them don't. I agree.
Yeah.
It's hard to like people always say you got to do what you love, but it's hard to actually. I don't see why it wouldn't be that hard. Like if you wanted to be a drummer, let's say.
Okay.
Why don't you start looking into like bands or gigs that you can get,
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Because I know those gigs they pay like big money, $5K a night.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
What do you mean? If you're a band and you go and do like a night of live music, they pay like $5,000. No.
No.
How much do they pay?
Per person, a couple hundred.
Okay.
It's not bad money. And I agree in that sense. Like for me, I know that I love to drum. I know, but I also know that if I did it 8 hours a day, I wouldn't love it. You know what I mean?
Okay, well, you can't like pick and choose. You
No,
know?
no, no. I know, but I'm saying drumming isn't exactly what I want to be for my job, right? Unless obviously I can become a musician, touring, whatever. I don't want to be like some local bar guy because there's no future in that, right? But in that sense, like, you have to be practical. But if you can find something that you love, that's also practical. Like, if you love to market, if you love if you love numbers, you love crunching numbers, go be an accountant.
I don't get people like that though.
No, I'm saying if you like something about the job,
Yeah.
it makes it easier
Do
for
it.
you.
Yeah,
It makes it easier.
I agree.
Like,
It doesn't make it. It makes it not as hard. I would say.
Yeah. Here's the best way to explain it, right? Let's say so we're in marketing. Let's say we have a company that markets to two specific different companies, right? We do marketing for telecommunications. We do marketing for a sports company as well.
Mm-hmm.
You like sports. You're going to try to do the marketing for the sports company more than the telemarketing company, right?
Yeah.
Because you're going to like it more. That's what I mean.
But I wouldn't hate my life if I got it like in the telemarketing one.
You would like it less, though.
Not necessarily, because that's at the end of the day, it's more or less the same kind of thing that you're gonna be doing.
I know, but
It's just one is you put sports and the other one you put telemarketing.
I know, but you like sports more than you like
Yeah.
fucking phones and shit, right?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Where it's like, if like let's say you get a job working for the marketing for the Raptors, right? It pays you the exact same as working for another job that you just don't
Yeah,
like.
but there you go to the games.
No, don't give me that. Don't give me the the situational stuff. I'm talking about like you're marketing for the Raptors,
Right.
Right. You got to do plans. So you got to make marketing plans around Fred VanVleet and Siakam, Nick Nurse and Masai.
Yeah.
You would love that more than just working the same job but a different industry that you know nothing about, right? That's what I mean.
Maybe try to get a Raptors job.
Oh, I would love that.
Yeah.
Dude,
Go to the games and
I
stuff.
applied to FanDuel, bro, to get some sports betting in there.
That's cool too. Oh, also, if you ask our buddy, the tall one.
Yeah, that's what he goes by now. The tall one.
The tall one. He does on the nights. During the nights, he works for like some sports betting
Yeah.
company. And basically his job is just to monitor the bets and make sure they're not like
Losing money on.
they don't like go out of line or something, or if someone scores 20 points, right? Then you turn off 20 point over under 20 points. It's very simple stuff.
Yeah.
And you basically get paid to watch basketball. And also it's like when he was working, bro, we would literally be preing. He would be preing with us and working. Like that's how fucking easy it was. And you get like $20 a game. And you could do like 6 games a night. There you go.
See, maybe he'd give me a job because somebody else here wouldn't.
No. That's not his company. You can just like go apply. I don't think it's look into it.
No, I've applied to a bunch of different industries that I think are really cool. Like I applied to Ubisoft, which is like the company, like a really big gaming company that I like. I'm pretty sure they did like Assassin's Creed and stuff. So that'd be really cool to market for them. Stuff like that. I never seen an issue. But here I want to change the subject, right?
Sure.
I want to talk a little bit about this Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. Not the case itself. I don't care enough.
Yeah.
Right? Like you see everyone. Oh my god! You see what they did today?
Yeah.
You see what Elaine's face was when they brought up this topic from a year? I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Or did you see what Camille Vasquez said?
I mean, Vasquez, she's kind of killing it though. I'm not gonna lie.
You know why? It's just because she's hot.
She is a baddie.
That's literally the only reason.
But she pressed Amber Heard, and I was like, "Fuck yeah, dude! Say what we all want to say, right?" And I want to talk about this quickly. I want to talk about the implications of this case because I had an actual important conversation. I was on a live stream, right? And my favorite person to watch live, her name is Lulu Lovely.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if you know about Twitch and channel points and stuff like that. I have like 100,000 channel points, which means I have like 140 hours under stream alone.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I have a lot of time. Right? And she just plays Apex. She's dope, whatever. But she was watching the live stream of the final day, the closing arguments, right?
Sure.
And she's pro Johnny Depp, like everyone else is, right? But someone in the chat was like, I hate this trial, not because Amber Heard's a bitch, but because of the implications that it has on women in the future trying to speak out against abuse. And I asked her, I'm like, what do you mean by that? She's like, now certain people are going to be silenced to share their opinion, to share their stories because of what Amber Heard did. right? And my first thought was, I can understand where you would definitely have a small population of people who are going to be like, oh yeah, most people who preach sexual abuse are full of shit, right? I don't think me and you are one of them, but that's what I see, right? I can see that happening. But I respond to her, and I'm like, I don't think the issue is people are going to be afraid to speak up. I don't. Because this isn't a case about domestic abuse anymore. It's a case about falsely accusing somebody of something they didn't do. Right? And
so we think. Anyways.
Well, I think Johnny Depp's innocent.
So do I.
Like, we all heard the tape.
Yeah.
That's all you needed.
Mine is not so much, like, I agree with that. Like, it'll be hard, I guess, to speak out after this trial if Johnny Depp wins, because it's like, because of this reason. I even if Amber Heard did all this bad shit, I still feel bad for her.
Why?
Because literally every other video on social media is them just blasting her, like being like this Amber Turd or whatever.
Amber Turd.
Right? Like stuff like that. I don't think anybody, and I don't care what you do, should be made fun of, like literally across the fucking like country, like North America.
Well,
I don't know,
the whole world.
not
yeah.
the whole world. Like I don't think China cares necessarily.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
But you know, I understand if she's a bad person and all this stuff, but I don't think anybody deserves to just be fucking blasted on social media the way that that's happening to her.
See,
right?
I both agree and disagree. Like, some of the shit people are saying, like how they thought that she was snorting cocaine on the fucking seat. I'm like, you're ridiculous. Stop reaching there, right? And like the way that she like talked to the jury, where like she'd be given a question, and then when she was answering it, she would look at the jury, yes, 100%, and then go back. I was like, that's fucking creepy, right? It's really weird and staged. But literally, you're right. Every other person is talking about this case, and then they're just talking shit about her. And I don't feel bad, but I do feel empathy, right? Because no matter what, assuming the verdict is going on Johnny's way, she lied about domestic abuse. She took
which is a horrible thing.
She took someone's career away.
Right.
This guy's not going back to Disney.
No, well, they're saying like now he will, but that's because of the.
No, he better not. I'm sorry, he better not. He better not. He better sue Disney if anything.
Okay.
Don't go working for them again. I'm sorry. After with just an accusation, you're fired. You got to set a precedent here, right? Go work for another company if you want, whatever. But he moved. I think it was like to Sweden or Switzerland, for the whole time being. He lost all of his sponsors. He lost all of his jobs, all because you came out and said he abused you, when in fact you're the one who hit him.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying like what happened isn't fucked up. I'm just saying like I don't think there was a need
to go as hard as you did.
Why? I don't know the rules. Why is there cameras? Why is the whole thing being filmed?
In the state that they're in, every single case is live streamed. I believe more and more in North America that's the case as well.
Like, I don't think that should be a thing.
It's ridiculous.
Or put it in a place where there's no, like, it's not the whole world's business.
You're right.
You know?
You're right. I mean, this is kind of a bit of a special case, to be fair.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, welcome back. Sorry about that. We have to take a quick pause.
Yes, sir. But we're back now.
Yeah. So just to reiterate, what's it called? We think Johnny Depp is in the right, Amber Heard's in the wrong, but we do hope that this doesn't stunt anybody from calling out sexual abuse whenever they see it, endure it, whatever.
Yes, because we support women all the time. Oh, which brings me to another thing.
That was the greatest transition ever.
So, talking to this girl, whatever, she's saying she's funnier than me. Right?
Probably not. I mean, you're not that funny, but it's fine.
I think, like, I'm pretty funny. Whatever. So she's saying, oh, I'm funnier than you. I was like, no offense. No offense. But I just don't find women funny.
You said that to her straight up?
Yeah.
Was this a first?
And she was like, oh, are you kidding me? And stuff like that. And I was like, no, I'm not kidding. Here's the thing, bro. Have you I know there's like one Whitney Cummings.
Is
she funny?
Hell no.
Okay. So it's like,
you never,
have you
you
watched?
Never, you never saw the video?
No.
It's literally I'll tell you what the joke was, okay? And you can hear the laughs being like played like again and again. So she's like, dude, why does every time a dude hooks up with a girl, he has to equate it to a sports metaphor? First base, second base,
Yeah.
right? And then she's like, you don't see women compare their sex lives to stuff they like. Me and this guy, Chanel purse.
Yeah.
And I literally just
It's not funny. But that's my thing. I'm not saying that all women aren't funny. I'm just saying from my experience.
99.99%.
No. It's not even that they're not funny. It's just like, maybe, and I personally think it's because I can relate to a man more than I can a woman. That's the majority of it. That I find men funnier than women.
You know what though? So if you ever want to watch a female comedian and piss your pants, Miss Pat is amazing.
Okay,
that's just whatever. But the thing with women comedy, because my brother, like me and my brother, we're really into comedy, right?
Mm-hmm. Like stand-up comedy.
Yeah. Like all the big guys we know a lot of small guys, but we're a big fan of like the guys who are like out of touch with reality, trying to get in touch with, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the Bill Burrs and the Sebastian Maniscalcos, whatever. That's our niche, right?
And I think it's because we can like somewhat relate to it.
Oh yeah, 100%,
You know?
100%.
Like I can't relate to when a girl says, "Oh, like I was on my period and I had sex and this and this." It's like how can I relate to that?
My issue with a lot of the women's comedians that my brother tried to show me was every single one of their jokes was about their pussy
Yeah.
or disappointing their parents.
Yeah, and it's like, it's fine. Like I'm sure there's stuff that's funny and people do laugh at it. I mean, they have a career out of it. But I don't know. And then I gave her this example where I was like, okay, there is a girl at my work. Not a girl, she's a woman. I don't know. She's like 30-something, mid-30s.
Same thing.
Yeah, whatever. It's a girl at my work. She's funny. I think she's funny, and when she like tells stories, I laugh and all that stuff. She's probably like the funniest girl that I've met in my life in terms of just like,
Okay.
I laugh at a lot of things that she says.
Okay.
Right? But then I would like compare it to like a dude that I also think is really funny. Just in general, like there's a few. And I think they're way funnier.
Oh, okay.
Right? So part of it is the fact that I'm a dude and, you know, we have the same similar lifestyle, but that's just my take. She wasn't very happy when I said that.
Well, go fuck herself. But no, like what I realized especially is that when a dude makes you laugh, he told a great joke.
Yeah.
Right? Or he's just being funny.
Yeah.
When a girl makes you laugh,
It's like,
it's because she does some stupid shit.
Like what? Give me.
She gets drunk, goes on top of a trash can, and falls.
No, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, to be honest, I can't remember the last time like a girl told a joke and I was like, ah ha ha ha, you know?
No. And I'll tell you what.
Sounds so fucked.
You know what? No, because
It's true.
when it comes to telling stories, I have the same issue where, like me and my mom, we can't get to the point fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like we take too much time getting to the joke that the joke's not even funny anymore.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of women that I've talked to who try to tell me jokes, they always do this. They're halfway through it. Oh wait, I forgot this.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I forgot
it
this.
Completely ruins the story.
And I'm just like, shut
Yeah, just get to the point, kind of thing.
the fuck up.
And I want a female comedian that I can look at the same, let's say,
Miss
that I
Pat.
do with Sebastian Maniscalco.
Miss Pat.
So I'll give her a shot. I mean, I'm not like, I don't go into it being like, oh, this is not gonna be funny, right? I give every comedian the same chance.
I'll be honest. After watching Amy Schumer and Whitney Cummings, every time I see a female comedian, I go into it being like, I'm not gonna make one smile.
There's also TikToks where people are.
Oh
like,
my god, dude! It's just, dude. I swear to God, I remember my brother's like, yo, you gotta watch Amy Wong, right? A female Asian comedian. For 10, 15 minutes, I'm just death staring into her soul,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you're not gonna make me laugh. It's like a try not to laugh challenge at this point,
Yeah.
right? But the thing is, I always win the challenge.
Yeah, I mean, it's just tough. But I'm open to watching and hearing people and all this stuff. You know what it is? You know what I actually think it is?
What?
At least from my experience, women in comedy, they don't have a punchline. I've realized that. Where it's like the guy will always just like drop a statement where you're like,
And you're
whoa,
like, what the fuck? You're like, what the fuck?
Or
Yeah.
it's like something, it's leading to something, and then you'll say that point that you're just like, you start dying of laughter or whatever, right?
Yeah,
But
okay.
girls are like, you know what I mean? Like kind of thing like that, where they're like asking you the question or something like that. I just don't.
And you're just like, oh my god, in my life, I remember that.
yeah,
Like,
no.
no, you know what? I'll tell you what. I think most of my fair share of comedy like making me cry is because they say super fucked up shit. Because you're so used to hearing like just the normal kind of jokes where it's like the double cross, or it's like someone makes you say like or like the word is used for two different meanings or whatever. Like what's it called? Like I don't know. Like you ever, like do you know my friend Sharon? Sharon, my balls
familiar.
in your mouth, like that kind of bullshit.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Got you, by the way. Like with Bill Burr, he comes out on stage, right? You can hit a woman, but you got to ask the question why.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's just you're throwing it out there, you know. You're being different.
Like
I
your
guess.
punchline is like a thumbnail, right?
Yeah,
Where it's like
yeah.
some fucked up shit where you're like, I gotta see where this is going.
Yeah.
Or like Louis C.K. Like you know the whole thing about he got canceled because he was on the phone with somebody jerking off or whatever.
Okay.
You know Louis C.K.
I don't know.
He got really big. They got like Bill Burr big, right? Like huge. And then he got canceled because he asked a female who was on his show but was like the first act up if he could just jerk off in front of her.
Oh, jeez.
So
That is weird.
yeah, it is weird. But she said yes. But
Okay.
it was a whole thing of like power, pretty much.
Mm.
Right? So he came out that after years did a special about it, like a no video, just audio special, right? And and someone interrupted him when he was talking about it. He's like, "Let me finish," and he's like, "Wait a fucking sec, pause." And,
Oh.
and everyone's on the floor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shit like that. I'm like, damn, bro. That
Yeah.
like that takes talent.
Yeah. It's good. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna check out this Pat,
Miss Pat.
Miss Pat.
She is she's like a chubby black lady with kids
Mm-hmm.
and like a husband or whatever, and she's so funny because she goes up to her husband. I forgot what his name was. You want some pussy?
Okay, I'll check it out anyways, and then I guess next podcast we'll follow up. On
Here, I'll give you homework. Okay, watch her on Joe Rogan.
it. Okay, I will.
Actually, like Joe Rogan was crying.
Okay, I will. I'm open to it, like I said.
I know, but I'm saying it a lot because I'm trying to make sure that we don't sound like assholes again.
Yeah.
You know, because we're misogynistic assholes. You
whatever.
fucking Berlin
It is what
pieces
it is
of
at
crap.
this point. My last kind of thing that I have this week actually happened yesterday.
What'd you do?
So I went to the sauna yesterday. Used to go like, almost every day pretty much.
You used to.
Yeah, used to.
Okay, no, the pronunciation was a bit weird there. Sorry.
I used to go all the time. But then when I started working, kind of stopped. Anyways, so I go and there's this guy that's like in there. I go with one of the guys from the gym.
Yep.
And there's a guy in there. He's the boxing coach from upstairs.
Oh, that
in
guy.
He's like in the facility upstairs. There's like a boxing gym. He's the boxing coach. Such a weird guy, bro. He's like some heavy Russian guy who's like skinny, and he was like complaining that the sauna was so cold, even though it was like hot. It wasn't cold. Like I used to go all the time. I know when it was cold and I know when it was hot. It was pretty hot, right? And he's like, "Oh, this is like so cold." I was like, "Okay." Anyways, so when we got in, he had already been in there for like some time, right? So I'm thinking like, okay, like it's gotta come out eventually, right? So he starts talking to us, all this stuff, telling us he's the boxing coach. And if you're in a sauna, it's not that you shouldn't talk. You could talk, but like after like 10, 15 minutes of you're like heavy sweating, I don't think people really want to talk, you know? bro, this guy just like 15 minutes straight just fucking talking, right? And I'm like, I'm ready to get out almost. And he tries to start giving me a boxing lesson because I'm like asking him like stuff. Bro, this guy gets up. He's like, okay, let me teach you a first lesson in the sauna, bro. I'm like, bro, I could barely stand up right now, and you were trying to teach me a boxing lesson.
The real question, right? Because I'm assuming he's an older guy. All the old guys in the change room are naked.
No, he wasn't naked.
Okay, I was about to say, if he's giving you a boxing lesson with his fucking dick out, then it's fucking weird.
That would have been. I would have been like, no, bro, sit down. He wasn't that. It didn't look that old. He was probably like early 40s.
Oh, that us?
Yeah, but I don't know. That was so weird. But then he was teaching me like the lesson that he did teach me in the sauna was kind of cool. Where it was like, okay, when you punch someone, right? You want those front two knuckles to hit them. Like you don't want these because you can break them, right?
Yeah.
So he teaches you like when you punch, it's not actually like straight up like that. It's more like this, right? Like right? So
because the knuckles, what's it called? It's a smaller bone, so it has a more finite hit.
Yeah. So basically, your wrist is like a little bit pointing downwards. If you're boxing someone, or let's say you get into a fight, because it's the same when you're here, when you're blocking. So if he's like, if I ever get into a fight and I see that this guy's wrist is not slightly bent, like it's straight up, I know he doesn't know how to box. And I was like, that's pretty cool.
So if the guy squares up and he's like, and he goes, what was like outwards or whatever?
Yeah, if he's like straight up like this, you know you're winning the fight. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
That's very funny.
Yeah. So I'm going to try it. I want to try it anyways, just to see how it is. Maybe go for like a lesson or two.
I wanted to do MMA, but like for sport, not for like competing or anything. I wanted to do it just for the cardio.
No, I don't think I would like. Maybe I would spar, but that's about it.
Okay, maybe then. Yeah, sparring. Yeah. Actually, maybe then I would just do not MMA. Maybe I do kickboxing. That way, it's just striking any kind of way, not really grappling because I don't care for it enough. Yeah. But I always wanted to do it for sport because I thought like those mans, you burn so many calories.
Yeah. This guy was ripped, bro. He was like, it was insane.
Yeah.
And he's like a 40-something-year-old man, just ripped.
It's fucked.
I was like, jeez. So that's another reason why I wanted to try it.
But yeah, speaking about guns in the locker, I gotta ask you this question, okay? That was a great transition.
Okay.
So we know what happened in Texas, right?
Yeah.
With the shooting, and then a few weeks ago, I don't know if you remember, in Buffalo there was a supermarket shooting, and someone live streamed the supermarket shooting. Like the guy shooting it was live streaming it. All right, I'm not gonna talk a lot about the live streaming. I want to talk about this whole gun situation, right? Because you see it. Even in sports news, it's coming up now, and I'm just like, it's a weird place to bring it up. But you know what? Use your power to talk about something important, right? So my buddy, in a group chat, he messages us. He's like, "Hey, anybody want to get guns for hunting?" Right?
Okay.
Make sense?
Like a hunting rifle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like he wants to go up north for like camping and hunt and make his own food, right? Good for him, right? One of the guys is in the process of getting a license as well, because he loves camping. That's his thing. So his name is literally Wolf.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like he's one with nature.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so they talked about it, right? And I think they're both gonna get licenses. Me, I said no, right? And this is what they asked me, right? They're like, "Don't you want one in your house for protection?" And I'm like, "Let me ask you a question, right? Because my thought process is either everyone has a gun or nobody has a gun, okay? If no one has a gun, it's not 50-50 if someone comes into my house. I will most likely be able to defend myself.
Yeah.
Most likely, right? Because people who are breaking into your house, they don't have exactly common sense. They don't have the right mental capacity. I should be, in most scenarios, I should be able to get around that. If they have a gun and I have a gun and I'm upstairs and they hear me coming down for whatever reason, before my foot is on the fucking step, they can shoot me. I can't shoot them, right?
But you got the high ground.
I have a high ground, but it's a floor. I can't see below it. They have line of sight. Okay.
I disagree, but anyways.
But my whole thing is like...
it's like a combat strategy.
It's like... Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, we're such gamers.
Yeah. Bro, you camp the
Camp the window,
stairs.
bro. Yeah. But my whole shtick is like, if I have a gun and they have a gun, where is my protection?
Right.
Right? The only thing that happens when you have a gun is that someone can pull it out whenever.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Not a concealed carry, I mean. But like, if I'm in someone's house, at any point in time, they can just whip out the gun and go, and if they're not mentally stable, obviously, and just fucking shoot me. Or an accident could happen.
I mean, it's not gonna happen.
I know. But I'm saying I'd rather nobody besides law enforcement, military, and like specific anomalies should be allowed to have a gun.
Yeah, it's more like hunting places. You rent the gun there and bring it back.
Yeah.
Like that. I agree with that, and for the most part, it's very difficult to get a gun in Canada.
I know. I'm talking in the U.S. perspective.
The
though.
U.S. The problem is that they're never gonna get rid of guns because they make so much money on it. I would guess that the margins are
it's billions.
insane.
It's billions.
And they're making so much money that, there's no shot that they get rid of it, and that's just the harsh reality that they put the money over people's lives.
Yeah, it's like how many people have to die, right?
Yeah.
And I think the best way to explain good use of guns and bad use, kind of patriotic of me, but Israel, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if you remember because it's been a long time since you were there, but if you're a soldier, right? Because Israel has conscription, right, from the ages of 18 till 21 for guys and girls, give or take, because girls have a smaller time that they have to be in the army than guys. They learn how to use weapons. They get trained. They get mentally tested. Thank you, to make sure that they're not fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And from 18 to 21, they always have the weapon on them, even when they're not on duties, right? Because when you're in the army, even when you're not on duties, you have your AR-15 strapped around you, ready to go, right? And I don't know about you, I feel safer in front of that AR-15 than without it. Like, because I've been to Israel a lot, you know.
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
When I see it on a soldier, because the soldier's wearing the green, which by the way, for some reason, girls in that uniform is hot.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know why, but it's so sexy.
Yeah.
Whatever. Maybe it's the power. I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe. But I feel safer in front of that person with the AR-15.
Yeah.
than
I
I do
mean, the thing is, when you go to Israel, you know that the soldiers have been trained. They're mentally tested. Like, the military over there is no joke. And some weirdo who is like not mentally stable, no shot he gets through it. There's literally 0% chance. So that the people that have the guns are trained. They know what they're doing. They know what to look for. They have a great military regardless of like
they do, but
anything.
I'm saying, like, why can't America take a page out of the book and actually properly test people's their physical dimensions, their mental capacities
to get a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, if you have a fucking 5-year-old kid, why is he allowed to even hold the gun?
No. I think you have to be like 18 to buy a gun.
There was an interview of a fucking like 4-year-old fucking cleaning out a mag and fixing it in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like you have to be maybe 16 to buy a gun.
No. But I'm saying if your family owns a gun, you can you can go at it. You know what I mean?
Maybe it's like you could still buy a gun, but there needs to be some kind of mental test or something that you have to pass in order to be able to buy it.
Yeah, like gun laws should be super strict in the sense
because they're never gonna get rid of it. That's the thing.
Yeah, like the way I see it, if my dad wants to get a gun, I need to get tested as well.
Yeah,
because I'm in the same house, right?
Anybody who has access to the gun.
Anybody who lives in the same house should be tested thoroughly, right? And I know it seems like we're kind of talking out of our ass because we never owned a gun. What's it called? We don't have to deal with the fucking violence the U.S. has to deal with, but we see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a shooting in Scarborough, I believe, not like a few days ago, and like it does happen here.
Yeah.
Way less to a degree. Voice crack. Way less to a degree, but it happens. Right, so I don't understand why we can't take the stance of no guns or everyone has guns. Because if everyone had a gun, the second someone pulled out a gun to shoot somebody else is already shooting. We'll never sell guns. It's like Canada won't do it. I know, but in the U.S. you can buy it at a fucking Walmart.
Yeah, that's insane.
You know, it's fucked up.
Bass Pro Shops.
My guy, you can buy fucking food, your groceries, kids' diapers,
Dick's
and
Sporting
a gun.
Goods.
Yeah. You can literally buy kids' diapers beside a gun.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous in
It's
America.
insane.
Right? And I don't know if you saw, like, Steve Kerr got super emotional about it.
Yeah.
And it was the only game that Golden State lost in the series.
Yeah. I mean, it's tragic what happened. It also just speaks on how stupid America is. Like, they had, over 250, like 277 or something like that? 277 public shootings this year. Or within the past year or something like that.
I don't know for sure.
It's something like I saw some crazy stat. I don't remember the time difference, but it was literally like something to do with public shootings. And the next highest one was 2. And they were at 277. That's just crazy, bro. Like, fucking do something about it.
Yeah, and
right?
This isn't like a whole liberal conservative thing because, like, honestly, like I side usually with the people who are the ones taking the bribes for the fucking guns.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a conservative, right? I'm pretty sure Republican is their version of it. And I'm pretty sure that's what people are targeting right now because I think people are saying that the Republicans are the ones saying yes to guns.
Yeah.
Right? It's like I really do wish, right? Because the majority of the big Republicans all go to these private schools. Let it happen to their kid. Sorry, that's fucked up to say. It's fucked up. But like, if it happened to their kids,
that would change their mind.
Then the money doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But it's happened to somebody else that they don't give a shit, and that's what pisses me off.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. They, like I said, they put money over people's lives. It's just sad reality.
Like, bro, I'm never letting my kid go to school in America. Why? For one, to get into school, there better be a fucking metal detector and like it has to be like airport security.
Actually, facts, bro.
Like going to school in America, you need airport security.
Yeah, you need some kind of metal detector at every single entrance with a guard.
Yeah.
Just fuck to say.
If you want to leave the school, you gotta do it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's fucked, right? It's either that or get your fucking head blown off, right? And that I don't know. It's so fucking ridiculous. But still, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's a bigger story.
Yeah. It's so stupid, right? It's like, all it takes is a Will Smith fucking slaps Chris Rock on stage, and all of a sudden everybody forgets about it.
Dude,
it's like
Will
insane,
Smith,
bro.
Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. Everyone forgot about Ukraine.
Yeah, and COVID. COVID's gone.
Dude,
Ukraine's not a thing because Will Smith slapped Chris Rock.
Dude, my buddy messaged me. My buddy from New York, and he was supposed to go to Philadelphia today. He's like, I can't. My dad got the big C.
What's that?
I took me like 30 seconds to be like, what the fuck is he talking about? I'm like, wait, COVID is still a thing. I was like, holy shit.
The big C, huh?
The big C. And I'm like, that's a good reference, by the way. And I was like, because we haven't even heard a word. Dude, the amount of COVID cases is stable with what it was like last year.
Yeah.
And we don't even talk.
We just don't care anymore, bro. It's just so stupid. Now, looking back, it's like, oh, we shut down the whole world. It's literally the fucking same thing that it was last year.
I mean, so
it's not as deadly of a variant. Bro,
like everyone's vaccinated. Everyone who wants to get vaccinated is vaccinated, so that's what it is. But also, like, they are right. COVID was deadly at the beginning because it was just spreading way more.
I think it's more like we just didn't know anything about it, and you saw in other countries that people were dying because of it. So they took all the safety precautions. That's my guess.
I don't know. I was for the shutdown initially. I was for the shutdown the first time. The second time I was skeptical, and then the third time I was like, okay, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right? Because no matter, like, no offense, we gave you a long period of time.
Yeah.
We gave you over a year to figure your shit out. You never did.
Yeah.
I'm talking about to the government, right? We gave you all the time to figure shit out, and you want to keep punishing us? Fuck you.
Yeah,
right?
and especially here, it's like we were shut down way longer than
anyone
other
else.
places.
Anyone
Yeah,
else.
ridiculous.
We were 2 years minimum.
Yeah.
Like, what's it called? What is it? It's May 2020. Yeah, it's been 2.5 years almost. It was March 2020. That shit's shut down.
But now we're back. We're here.
Better than ever.
I think it's been a good.
It's only been an hour.
No, we were
43
40.
minutes.
Yeah. I mean, you want to keep going?
If it's good, it's good. I don't know.
I don't have any more things to talk about this week.
Here, well, let's end it off on this, right? We'll do another. We'll do the final 5 minutes, right?
Okay.
So, I don't think you give a shit, right? But in European soccer, the EPL, it just finished. My team Liverpool lost by 1 point. Sad.
Okay.
But today is the Champions League final. It is a rematch of 2018, right? It is Liverpool versus Real Madrid.
Okay.
Once again, I know you probably don't give a shit.
Not really.
Yeah.
But okay.
All-
Anyways.
So by the time this comes up, the game will have ended. The game starts. Sorry, I keep touching your foot. The game starts at 3, goes till like 5 or 6. I don't remember. Soccer, by the way, is the most in-game time. It's also the shortest, like, because there's less commercials and stuff. Thank fucking God for that,
Yeah.
right?
It's like 45 minutes and then another 45 minutes.
It's 45 minutes and then like a half an hour break or whatever, and then 45 minutes. But it just goes. There's no breaks.
Yeah.
I love it. Right? But it's a rematch of 2018, right? And I don't think you watched it. I did. In 2018, Liverpool was smacking Real Madrid's ass. But then Real Madrid, their center back at the time, Sergio Ramos, in my opinion, it was intentional, fully tried to break the fucking arm of Mo Salah. Like, he tackled him, but he just grabbed his arm and, like, pulled it.
Okay.
Right? And the guy was... The game was over at that point. Like,
Just like a dirty.
it was 0-0, but, like, Liverpool was winning. But from that point on, it was all Real because the best forward on the team had to go. And, like, you have to change your whole tactics. Not to mention our goalie. I forgot what his name was because I never want to hear his name again. Was the dumbest dumbass I've ever seen. The dumbest dumbass I've ever seen. That was
the dumbest dumbass.
it makes me like an idiot. But like literally he let in 3 goals. One of them was the nicest goal I've ever seen. It was literally a fucking rainbow flick, perfectly placed. Right?
Okay.
Like, I'm not mad about it. But the other 2 shots went straight at him, and he went for a punch pretty much instead of just grabbing it, and he literally punched it into the top corner. I'll show you the replay. You're gonna laugh your ass off.
Okay.
It's like, you know when you think of like a soccer
Maybe
goalie.
you can put it on screen.
Copyright.
Oh. Okay.
But like, you ever watch the Little League goalies just let shit in randomly, and you're like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. It was like that.
At the Champions League final.
Damn.
Okay. But my team Liverpool better fucking win. Okay, that's all I gotta say. Right, my boy's coming. He's a Manchester United fan, so he has no shit. He doesn't give a shit because Manchester U is garbage. Even though they got Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Sorry, but I just want to bring that up
All good.
because people are gonna watch this and be like, Jamie's either really happy or really mad.
Lots of soccer fans that will also follow up. So
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe I'll watch it.
But yo, UFC, okay? So there's a fight night today's Saturday, right?
Yeah.
There's a fight night tonight. Don't give a shit about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like fucking Alexander Volkov versus Jairzinho Rozenstruik. It doesn't matter, right? And Danny gets fighting on the undercard. You don't even know who that is. He's a fight fans fight, whatever. Nothing else, okay? After that, you got UFC 275, okay? You have Glover Teixeira, Yuri Prohaska. Gonna be a really cool fight of styles.
Yeah.
It's all about style. Styles make fight, you know?
Yeah.
Whatever. Then you have 2 women's fights so you have Valentina Shevchenko versus anybody.
Yeah. She'll smack him. And then there's also
You got Mega Mind Part 2.
in Mega Mind Part 2. The sad thing is that card, it feels like it's just missing that one fight, and it's the Robert Whittaker.
Whitaker. Yeah.
That would have been sick. If
But-
that was in it, it would have been a sick card.
But look, I think no matter what, I will get disappointed by Mega Mind 2 because nothing will be better than that first fight.
Yeah.
Best women's fight of all time. Like, if this fight's just average, it'll suck because of comparison. Okay?
Also, like, I don't think they want to necessarily do a Mega Mind Part 2, right? Like, they're going to change their strategy so they don't get hit as much or whatever.
Well, the thing is, so the one who was Mega Mind, Joanna, let me see if I can say her name right. Joanna, no, Jedrzejczyk.
Yeah.
Close. By the way, she has an OnlyFans. I don't know why I brought that up. But she hasn't fought since that last fight, right? She took time off. She makes a lot of money outside the UFC compared to other people because she is hot. She does a lot of modeling, whatever. Right? So it will be cool to see her come back after like 2 years where she's just focused on the one fight.
Right.
Wiley, we all saw her against Rose. She almost beat Rose. Like she lost definitively the first time and then almost beat Rose.
Right.
It'll be a great fight. Shevchenko, again, will just flick the bean of anybody in front of her. Right?
She's going to do a crucifix and just fuck
She'll literally just have a crucifix and for fun just like pull her leg and or whatever, you know what I mean? Like she'll fuck her up. And then the 4th fight is a flyweight fight. You don't need to know the names, right? It's Rogerio Bontorin and I forgot who the guy is. But flyweights are just fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
They literally fly.
Because they're like 125 pounds.
Yeah.
Or?
It's so
Insane.
like my brother makes fun of me because I love flyweight fights because anything in the top 15, like they're flipping on each other. It's insane, right? So don't worry about the names. Just watch the fight. And then the first fight of the main card, I don't remember who it is.
Yeah, whatever.
But literally, every fight night, every card after that until 277, some of the fight night cards, in my opinion, are better cards than 275. So, my birthday, by the way, y'all better wish me happy birthday, June 17. We're doing a drum stream to celebrate. But put that in the link because I'm a fucking little bitch.
We're trying to have a party.
Yeah, we'll talk about it after.
Okay.
But the day after my birthday is a Saturday. That fight night makes me not want to go out and just watch the card. It is such a dope card.
Oh.
Like we are gonna go out though.
No, we could do the day before or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like the day of, go out with family. So no matter what, I'll probably just miss the card, even though it's unfortunate. But it's Calvin Kattar in the main card, and then like every fucking you have Kevin Holland fighting on the prelims. You have wow, now I'm forgetting. Fuck.
It's all good. I'm sure it's a good
Dude,
fight card.
I want to pull it up real quick just to show you. Right. I'll do this really quick. Editor Moose, you know what to do. So look. You have Calvin Kattar versus Josh Emmett. Gonna be lit no matter what. You have Donald Cerrone versus Joe Lozon, which was supposed to be the opening fight for 274, but Donald Cerrone got food poisoning, right? You have Kevin Holland versus Tim Means. Tim Means is a great fighter. His last fight was a loss against Kelvin Gastelum, I believe.
Bro, this is not a good fight card.
You're fucking ridiculous. You have Joaquin Buckley, the guy that with the fucking the Super Saiyan kick.
Yeah, but he's not good. He's had a crazy.
No, he's great.
Crazy.
Every fight he has is a knockout, like a dirty knockout.
Yeah, and he's on the other end half the time.
I'm not denying that. You're right. But even on the first fight of the main card, you have Julian Marquez. This guy is a scrap. Okay? Every fight that I've watched him has been like a proper 4-star fight minimum. Okay. Hold up. And also Gregory Rodriguez. All the UFC fans know him, like the real ones, not you. The prelims, my guy, of a fight night has some dirty fighters, bro. You have Eddie Wineland, the guy who got one punch by Sugar Sean. Cody Stamann, a ranked fighter, a ranked bantamweight fighter, is on the prelims of a fight night. And the first fight of the night is Kyle Daukaus, who knocked out and choked out Kevin Holland in the same fight. I don't know if you remember that fight. It was like a no contest because of how it, whatever.
Oh yeah, I do know that one.
Yeah.
Right, slipped and hit his shoulder or something.
They headbutted each other, but Kevin Holland got knocked out, and then as he's regaining consciousness, Daukaus just chokes him out. But they canceled the fight because it was a accidental knockout, whatever kind of thing. And then you got UFC 276, which we'll talk about in a later episode. But fire card throughout. Jeez. Not to mention, you got my girl Misha Tate. You know what I'm saying? Misha Tate is like the sexy math teacher. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Love her.
But yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll follow up. It's not this week anyways. So
UFC is gonna be great. Like after this pay-per-view, I mean this pay-per-view is gonna be good no matter what, just because you got some good title fights, whatever. It'll still be good. But after that, you just got banger fight night, banger 276, banger 3 banger fight nights, okay fight nights in a row. 277 is gonna be fire as well. And you also have Paulo Costa is gonna be fighting Luke Rockhold soon too.
Plus, you got your birthday thrown in the mix there.
Woo! You already know. By the way, what do you aim for my birthday, bro?
I don't know. Did you get me something?
No, I didn't. But I think you owe me. I think you owe me because you're not getting me a job.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what I got.
No, I told my parents I want adjustable dumbbells.
Okay, we'll see.
So, if you want to get in on that, instead of getting the 0 to 45s, you go 0 to 90s.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
And that's how you get what you want, motherfuckers. You guilt trip everybody into doing what you want.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's been the podcast. I guess I'll do the outro this time.
Okay, this will be the worst outro ever. Go for it. I'm not saying a word.
That's been the podcast. We hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to also check out our TikTok and our Clips channel. The word that we have today, if you are still watching, we're going to kind of make this a thing where we're going to throw it in and see what if people are still listening, is going to be it's gonna be scrumptious. Put scrumptious in the fucking chat if you're still here. And any closing remarks from you?
I wanted to use the word Habibi, but it's fine.
Yeah, okay.
No, scrumptious is good.
So also put it in the comments. Anything you want us to talk about, we're happy to talk about. We'll talk about pretty much anything.
But yeah, that's been it from us, guys. Once again, Clips channel, TikTok, and my live stream channel. I'm gonna put that in. But we'll put everything in the link in the description below. It's been your boys. We'll say good. Have a good day. Be safe. Be smart. And a little stupid. Peace.